Q&A. I'm Silver Fox. Evading your questions tonight are white male Liberal Senator, middle-aged female Labour MP, female Green Senator, and finally, human rights blogger, young person. Our first question tonight comes from Jenny, with a G.
Oh yeah, thanks, Silver. Look, in asking my question, I would take an important and topical issue such as the carbon tax, frame it with an underlying factual misgiving, relate it back to my family circumstance, and ask the panel to discuss without ever faltering in my tone of righteous indignation.
Thank you, Genny. White male Liberal Senator, we'll go to you first.
Well, the first thing I'll do is pivot my answer towards the cost of living. This advances my party's position much more than the specifics of the question. I'll start by saying something that makes the question asker feel poorer than she actually should. I will look her in the eye and with an empathetic tone tell her that she's never done it this tough before. And to prove this, I'll mention electricity, gas, or grocery prices. On a good day, I'll mention a combination of all three.
We will sigh loudly at this.
Noting the sigh, I'll make up a conversation I had with a constituent to prove my point. I'll give him a name. Steve. And end with the alliterative and accessible slogan. So I said to Steve, that's why this toxic tax has to go.
Middle-aged female Labour MP?
Look, in answering this question, I'm told to ignore the premise that was assumed by the white male Liberal Senator, and instead shift the focus and scrutiny onto the opposition's policy. I'll be sure to use the words so-called before I say the words direct action policy, and wildly gesticulate whilst doing so. The audience should at this stage realise that their policy seems a bit dodgy, and I'm off the hook for explaining why. I'll then use some statistics to try and sell the government's policy.
I'll interrupt her and tell her statistics are wrong.
I'll remind him that I listened quietly to his answer and that he shouldn't interrupt.
I'll interrupt again and say that they are in fact wrong, but shake my head so as to look disappointed in the fact that she would use statistics which I have said are wrong.
I will try to ignore him and get to the point of my answer, but obviously due to the interruptions I'll be a bit more flustered than before. I'll try to continue, but then after
I will use this opportunity to interrupt to tell the audience that this is the problem with the politics of the two major parties. It'll then occur to me to use the word like a noun or a verb in the same sentence. Something like, we must change climate change for the future. I'll be pretty pleased with myself at this point. So I'll end with a broad motherhood statement geared at audience applause. So we must move away from coal and into renewables.
You're watching Q&A. I'm Silver Fox. While I'm unconstructive, our next question is from that guy.
My question will signpost a contentious issue, such as gay marriage, but will be delivered in a sad and somber tone. By the end of my question, a part of you will understand where I'm coming from.
I'll thank the questioner, but ignore his carefully crafted tone, and instead use this as an opportunity to further my own beef with a panel member. It's at this point that I lean in intensely with my right shoulder. I gaze directly into the camera, and I say, white male Liberal Senator.
Ah yes, the gays. Firstly, I'll say something mildly homophobic. But not so homophobic that I can't maintain plausible deniability in the press tomorrow. Just in case, I will mention that I in fact have a gay friend. Or two. No wait, scratch that. I have a gay family member.
I'll press the point.
I will not take the bait.
I'll press the point.
I won't take bait.
Press the point over here.
Hook, line, and sinker.
It's at this stage that I realise there's a panel member who's gone for most of the show without saying much at all. Young person.
This is my moment. I'll take a deep breath and smile. Most of the debate has gone over my head, so I'll take this opportunity to signpost my achievements in a less than subtle way. I'm a human rights blogger. And from an ethnic minority. I'll smile again.
That's just about all we have time for tonight. There just remains time for me, Silver Fox, to end with a patronising summation. For that happy show is revolutionising democracy as we know it, basking out gleefully innovative the ABCs, and repeat our slogan. So until next week, you've been watching Q&A, the show where you help us take misadventures in democracy. Good night.